All right, let's start off here on number 6. So for this one, I see that this is an exponential equation, so I'm going to switch it into a log equation. So it'll be base of 3, and then inside the log will be a 5, and that means 2x minus 1 will be isolated. I'm going to go ahead and get this, actually, I'm just going to isolate x here, and then type everything into the calculator. So this will be log base 3 of 5 plus 1, and then that's going to be all over 2. And since I have adding in the numerator here, I need parentheses here. I am going to have some parentheses in my log automatically on my calculator, so that's really how I'm going to be typing this in, with parentheses around the whole numerator and then also within the log just on that 5. And so if we type all that in, actually really what I'm going to be typing in is parentheses log 5 divided by log 3 to do the change of base formula on my calculator, and then plus 1, and then close that, and I'll divide that all by 2. So let's type all of that in, and then plus 1, close it, and then divide by 2, and this should be 1.2325. All right, next up we got number 20 here. So for this one, we have an exponential equation with exponents on both sides. So I'm going to switch it into log form. I really get to choose whichever base I want. On this one, I would definitely do it as a base 10, since I don't have to do a change of base formula here. I'm just going to write log, and then the new partner will be 6x. That's inside of the log. Once again, here I have an invisible base of 10, and then that's equal to 1 minus x. So then what I would do is I would take this exponent, move it to the front. So I have x times log 6 equals 1 minus x. And now I'm going to do log 6 on my calculator. Since it's base 10, I don't have to worry about change of base. So that'll be 0.7782x equals 1 minus x. I would then add 1x over to get all my variables on the same side. So then I have 1.7782x equals 1, and then we'll just divide by that 1.7782 on both sides. And we'll get x equals 0.5624. All right, next up here, we got some more challenging log equations. So on this one, number 52, they kind of emphasize that third power is applying to the whole log, not x. And so I'm just going to point out right here that log of x to the third does not equal what they have there, log of x to the third. On this one, it's really equal to log of x to the third. That is applying to the x here, whereas what we have here is that it's applying to the whole log. So I would kind of think of this in terms of u substitution. I'm going to let u equal log x, and so I'm going to say u to the third equals 3u. And if I was thinking about solving that, I would get one side to 0, so I'm going to subtract the 3u over. I would factor, and then I would split these up and set them equal to 0 individually. And so then on this one, I would add the 3 over, and I'm just going to isolate u here. So it would say u squared equals 3, so then u equals plus or minus radical 3. So now I would reinsert u back in according to my u substitution. So this one says log x equals 0, and then this one says log x equals rad 3, and then I'm actually going to do it again over here as log x equals negative rad 3. So I'm going to do that twice. So now I'm going to switch all of these into exponential form. So this one would be 10 to the 0 equals x. So then obviously x equals 1 is one of our answers. Our next one over here would say 10 to the negative rad 3 equals x. And you could leave it like that. And then this one would say 10 to the the positive rad 3, excuse me, equals x. And you could leave it like this, or if you wanted decimals for these, you could also do that. So 10 to the rad 3 power would be 53.96 about. And then 10 to the negative rad 3 would be the reciprocal of that, which would be 0.0185. So those you could write it like that as well. All right, next up, number 54. It's kind of a log within a log. So I would think of this again as like log base 2 of u equals 4. So then we could write that as 2 to the 4th equals u. And then I could just reinsert the u, which would be log base 3 of x equals 16. And then I could switch that to exponential form, so 3 to the 16th power equals x. And if you wanted a decimal, or it's not a decimal, but if you wanted a, I think that's fine, but if you wanted to actually to do it, it would be 4,304,6721. So that's 43 million, over 43 million. All right, so next up, number 70 here. I'm going to pull up my formula sheet. So on this one, you can see we're compounding semi-annually, so that's going to be this one since it's not compounded continuously. And so they give me $2 amounts here, so I always know that the larger one is A, and then the smaller one is P. And then we got 1 plus, and then our R is 0.0975. And then N, since it's semi-annually, N is 2, since that's twice per year. That's going to be to the 2t power. All right, so I see my variable is in the exponent, so I'm going to have to use a log. But before I do that, I have to isolate my base here. So I get 5 over 4, if you simplify that fraction, equals 1 plus 0.0975 over 2 to the power of 2t. And so then next up, I'm going to switch this to log form. So log, and then actually this whole parentheses is my base, since that was the base of the exponent. So I'm going to write it down there as my base. And then inside the log is going to be the 5 over 4, and that's equal to 2t. Now when I type this in the calculator, I need to do change of base, so it's going to be log of 5 over 4 divided by log of 1 plus 0.0975 divided by 2, and that will give me 4.688 equals 2t, and so then I would just divide by 2 to get my final answer as t equals 2.34 years. We know time in this formula is always given in years. All right, next up, number 72, it says a sum of $1,000 is invested for 4 years, compounded semi-annually, and it says the sum of the amount is 1/4. That is that. What is the interest rate? So we're looking for R here. I see it is semi-annually, so we're going to use this formula again with n equals 2. So I know that the larger dollar amount is always A, and then we got that one right there. All right, 1 plus R is our unknown. We know n is 2. And then what will this be? This will be 2 times 4 up here in the exponent, so I'm just going to put an 8. So in this case, we see our variable is actually not in the exponent. It's inside the parentheses there, so I'm not going to have to use logs to solve this. So I'm going to divide this by 1,000 to start. So then that's going to be 1.43577 equals 1 plus r over 2 to the 8th. And then I'm going to have to do an 8th root to get rid of that 8th power. Now, instead of the 8th root, I actually like to raise this to the 1/8 power, so I'm going to do that on both sides. However, when I do that in the calculator, I got to put the 1/8 in parentheses in the exponent. So I got 1.43577 to the power of parentheses 1 over 8, and that's going to give me 1.0463, we'll call it, equals 1 plus r over 2. So now I'm just going to subtract 1 from each side, just work to isolate x here, or r in this case. So then r over 2 equals 0.0463. And then we're going to multiply that by 2 on both sides. And so that will tell me that r equals 0.0925. And then if you wanted to write that as a percentage, which r usually is, I would say 9.25%. Technically, if you use the decimal, that's fine, except that you cannot put a percentage at the end of that. It's only a percentage if you convert it by moving the decimal place twice.